Let me quickly give you an overview of who we are, what we are doing. Rakuten is an e-commerce company in Japan. We started 1997, and through different platforms, we have a total gross transaction value of $259 billion across the platforms. It's a diverse uh, ecosystem company with the core value into membership, data, and communications. We are a software DNA company with operating in different segments. Now, when we decided to move to mobile network segment, the things which we realized that the cellular network evolution from 1G to 2G to 3G to 4G, 5G, and now coming maybe 6G, I haven't seen any changes happening in last 40 years, 5 generations, but the way the networks are deployed are same custom build uh, hardwares. There is something called BBU. I mean, people in telecommunication industry, they call it as a baseband unit, but for me, it's a black box unit. You don't know what's inside, right? Um, it's again strong hardware dependency, long cycle for evolution, adoption of technology, new innovation. It's a challenge, uh, and high operational complexity in the network, and that makes you dependent on the vendors you are served by. Similar thing, if you look at other industries, like even automotive industry has evolved so much. Your closest industry, IT, has been evolved so much, has been moved away from the traditional data centers of the dedicated servers and all, moved to the on-premises and off-premises public clouds. Uh, and all the hyperscalers have been mastered that art, while the telcos are still stuck back to the traditional dedicated server system. Now we need to move on, and that's where these challenges which we found, and those challenges also bring back to your cost and expenditures. So high cost of, like, it's a high capex, it's high opex. So we have solved that problem, and in our experience in last uh, 5 years of deployment of a large scale countrywide network, what we have done is we have achieved 40% of the reduction in total cost of ownership. That translates to 30% lower capex, 28% lower opex, and then the business value which we bring in through is by monetizing it. And because of this reduction in the cost, we could offer a cost effective solution to the end customer, and that's why the cost per customer would be less. If you look at the technology adoption, it's again a challenge with the traditional way of deployment. What we have done is we have end-to-end secure network, fragile, quite an agile, uh, quite adaptive to new technologies. And then because of that, what we could do is we could achieve this 40% capex and 30% opex reduction. That's what happens when you have a traditional technology. So when this can be achieved through distributed architecture, where you have all the cost driven by the tech benefits of cloud and the softwareization of the network. What we do, I mean, the principles behind what we have achieved is through the hardware and software disaggregation, uh, the disaggregation of network through the network design, which is standard x86 based hardware. We got an openness on the TCO, which we have been providing. The horizontal telco cloud, which is one cloud across your network. So when I talk to 100 plus carriers across the world, and what we observed is they say, "Yeah, we have cloud." And then we ask them, okay, what are the applications you have on the cloud? And they said, oh, we have our enterprise system on the cloud. But that's an enterprise. What is telco workload on your cloud? And the answer is zero. So in order to get that virtualization, get that cloud benefit, are your network loads are on the cloud? That's where the cloud native network will come in picture. And that's what we have done through an relentless automation. Everything which is repetitive, do it automated. Full transparency in the network. We are certified by NIST as the clean network. The disaggregation of hardware and software helped us to reduce the number of SKUs we have in the network, reduce the site footprint by having only the integrated RRH and antenna on the site. There is a battery rectifier on the site. There is a power cable on the site. Everything else has been removed because it's being virtualized to the edge data centers. So your site footprint reduces. That reduces your real estate cost. Look at our sites. Maybe some of you have already visited our sites in Japan, and this is our site footprint. You look at the site which has 5G sub-6, you have LTE, you have STU, batteries, rectifier, and then all that fits in 1 square meter area. That's what is a reduction all about. Then you are stuck with a single vendor. Whatever that vendor gives you, you are relying on that, using that as a technology. That becomes your standard. You don't have any diversification in your vendor selection. That's what we have come away from. We have the largest heterogeneous network running in Rakuten Mobile with Open RAN deployment. This is the largest Open RAN deployment happening today. We have microcell side coming from partners like Nokia, KMW. We have femtos coming from Airspan and Circom. We have the small cells from Airspan. So these are the vendor diverse ecosystem which we could build. And this is again, yesterday I was talking about it. This is not about rural. We have in suburban, we have in urban, and it's working in Tokyo, Osaka, cities like of Japan. What we have done is also a cloud, which I was talking about, the one unified cloud across 4,600 edge data centers, 50 plus regional data centers, and 3 general, I would say, central data centers. This is end-to-end unified cloud, and the largest number of network loads running on our cloud on this planet. As the cost of operation will be reduced by automation, we have achieved an automation to get the cell site deployment 4 minutes. It takes six days for every new feature deployment. If you ask that to your traditional vendor, they will give you a plan of 6 months for that deployment and the resource cost associated to it. That's not how it works. As you grow your automation, your cost on operational expenditure will go down. Again, what we have done, and this is what we have been passing on to our customers, is compared to your legacy partners, as I said, it's a black box unit, or any unit you get from them, you cannot get the detailed breakdown of the cost. We'll give you that detailed breakdown of the cost. What would the computer board cost? What would the IO board cost? What would the case cost? And what the equipment will cost to you? What the logistic will cost you? So here is what our mindset is: to get unity in the ecosystem. We have built that unity in the ecosystem. We have built a lean organization to reduce the cost. We have brought in agility so that we can adopt new technologies there. The software mentality, lower the hardware you have on the network, you have less the visits to the network happening. So basically, all this 4 years of our journey has reached today. Like, we have reduced total cost of ownership, and our consumer price index in Japan has dropped down. My personal expenditure was somewhere between $120 to $130 per month. Now, me and my family, three of us, me, my son, my daughter, we use the same network. The total cost is less than $80. I use it for business purpose end to end. My total cost is less than $25. So that's the benefit we can pass on to the customers. So as an end customer of Rakuten Mobile, I have got that benefit reaching from $100+ spending to $25 coming down. We have achieved the faster deployments, the top network performance. We have been rated high for the performance as well. So hype about some technology, we have made it a reality now. The operations, we have reduced the operational cost. Open RAN is what we have grown up with, and energy management automatically comes through the automation for us. These are expectations from the market, and we have achieved the comparison score overall. These are the awards which we have got from different industry bodies. And whatever we have achieved in Japan, now we have started passing on those benefits, those technologies to the other carriers of the world. We have started deployment in one of the new greenfield operator in Germany. We are working with some of the operators in the United States. We already signed up some of the MOUs with Middle East customers. And in Asia Pacific, we have some customers already working on it. So 3,500 plus global employees with 16 technology partnerships, which we have built. 19 industry awards we have with 14 existing customers working on Open RAN, cloud technology, and the Open OSS technologies which we are doing. So basically what we are trying to do here is the SIM world, which is, we are introducing it as a mobile, as a software, right from the data center to the far edge to the network. We'll be passing on those benefits to our customers. So from all these efforts, we have run our business on software and data, and not people and paper. End-to-end plan, build, life cycle, which we have built, which will bring in the automation and zero-touch provisioning capacities to you. And use cases, obviously we have the 4G greenfield in Japan, in Germany. We have 4G brownfields in working. We are working on 5G SA technologies. We have already signed up an agreement with one of the APAC customers to deploy private network across 6 opcos of that operator. And obviously multi-tenancy is work in progress. So faster, cheaper brownfield transformation is what we are looking at. Just on a quick note, as we look at Open RAN technology as how it can disaggregate the network, how it can reduce the capex, how it can move you away from the vendor dependency and get the vendor diversity in their ecosystem, is what we are looking at, and will be there to support you.